Happy Monday, everyone. This is my 30th time trying to film this video. It is Sunday for us and we are playing Fortnite. We actually stopped when everybody else stopped, but we got suckered back in over Christmas when the lightsabers came out and you could use the lightsabers. I thought that was a lot of fun. And now I still play. Tim's playing right now. Okay, so next component of fitness is flexibility. So we've done cardiovascular endurance, we've done muscle endurance, and now we're going to do some flexibility. Flexibility, I think, is not taken with the same seriousness as cardiovascular and muscular endurance and muscular strength, but it is very important. Why is it important? Well, for basic health, okay, it helps you with your mobility. You're able to do basic things without pulling a muscle. So I think probably most of you have someone you know who has a bad back and pulls their back out. When you have a bad back or pull your back, that's one of two things: a lack of flexibility and a lack of core strength. All right. So if you notice on our fitness test, we work on the plank and we work on the sit and reach because we want our students to have a strong and healthy back. Okay. For sports, I'll be honest, I don't think people take the time to do the flexibility as much as they focus on some of the other things. We're all worried about skills. We're all worried about things like that. We don't spend as much time on actually improving athleticism. We're all guilty of that, all right? But for sports, it decreases injuries. My personal opinion is to decrease injuries is one of two things: increase fitness, increase flexibility. When you increase fitness, I find when you get tired in games, kids get a little sloppy, or anyone gets a little sloppy, and their proprioception goes down, etc., and they're more likely to injure themselves. So I like my athletes nice and fit. And the other thing is flexibility. That is important. For sports, it also increases speed and increases recovery, and also increases athletic performance. And the best example I can use for this, because I get stuck watching a lot of it, is soccer. If you look at a perfect soccer kick, if you watch the range of motion that those soccer players have to get the power, the speed, and the accuracy, they need a lot of flexibility in their hip flexors, groin, hamstrings, etc. In order for that to happen. All right? Okay, so there are two types of flexibility exercises. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Dynamic. That is when you're stretching while moving. We do that in school when you run around the gym forever and ever, and you do like the open the gate, close the gate, sweep the floor. And the reason why you do that is it keeps your heart rate up while you're stretching. Okay, so it's really good for a warm-up. I'm super old, so even in university, when we were playing basketball, we would do our warm-up and then we would stop and stretch. And then, of course, our heart rate would go down. And then we would go on the floor to play. In the first 2 minutes, I would be like gasping for air because all the warm-up I did basically was for nothing because I static stretched and my heart rate went down. So that's really changed over the past, 15 years at least. I think that especially with soccer, you guys are at the pitch like eons before the game, and you're doing a really good warm-up both for your heart, getting your heart rate up, and your stretching. Okay, static stretching is stretching while you're not moving. That's where you're sitting on your bum and doing the sticking your legs out and trying to touch your toes. All those ones are good for cool down, although I do feel that you should do some dynamic stretching immediately after, so you gradually lower your heart rate and then you go into the static stretch. And that's really good for body maintenance, okay? So today, for today's activity, it's a yoga video, but it's not like super yoga. It's more like stretching and flexibility. It is very easy. So for my dancers, this is a walk in the park. For my people who aren't as flexible, it's not that it's hard. It's just it won't be your favorite activity. But I do want you to do it, because if this activity is super hard, you need to work on your flexibility, because you don't get more flexible as you get older. So there's a couple things I want you to do. We're in the orange folder now because we're in our second unit. So there are going to be two files in the orange folder for today. One is the yoga video. So you're just going to say yoga video. You're going to open it, click on the link, and there's the video. The video is going to be about 45 minutes. Yes, I'm asking you to do 45 minutes of stretching, okay? And then there'll be another file that's what you're going to hand in, and I want a video. The reason why I'm asking for videos are a couple of things. One, I don't want you wasting time writing long journals. I'd rather you were active, okay? Two, I can actually see your face and see what you're doing. So I want to see you take your pulse. Your pulse will not be high. So don't tell me you're in the orange zone doing yoga. It's not a cardio activity. I want you to tell me how you feel. Some people are going to feel really good after this. Some people are going to feel just frustrated because they can't do any of it. Some people are going to feel nice and limber. Okay, and I want you to tell me which exercises, specific exercises you found hard. Remember, I've got your fitness test at home. If you can't touch your toes and you're a 0 on the sit and reach, don't tell me you found this activity easy, all right? And then I know you haven't done it. Okay, thanks a lot. This is due Tuesday.